Welcome to the Disciple Men podcast. My name is Antonio, and I'm here with this group of men. All right. Before we get introductions going, I want to kind of clue you in on why we're doing this. Okay. Um, we're men of the church. We found that there's a lack of men that's in the church right now, and we want to be a response to that. Help people to understand the need for men in the church, as well as when men are in position, how we make the church better, as well as the surrounding community. And to help me do that, had to bring on some very great men to make that happen. So, starting with my left over here, this is Billy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Billy Partee.
All right. And right here, we have Keith.
Yeah, I'm Keith Kendrick.
All right. And then finally, all the way to the far side is Dion.
Yeah, Penix.
All right, all right. So these fine men that I brought in today are here because of what they bring to the table for this conversation and their backgrounds, so that we can have a well-rounded conversation and kind of meet the needs of what we think the public is needing and where we see the gaps are ourselves and how we can make the community better. All right. So with that, and with this being called Disciple Men Podcast, the first question I want to start with you gentlemen is, what is a man? So, Billy, I'm gonna come to you first, man. Give me your definition of a man, please.
Well, my definition of what is a man, first of all, as men, we're kind of hardwired to do three things,
Mhm.
and that's provide, protect, and procreate.
Mhm.
But for me as a man, what that means is to be a man of integrity, honesty, a provider, a protector, a man that takes care of his family,
Mhm.
makes sacrifices for his family, to be genuine. And for me, that's very important. It's simply being genuine, because I can only be the best Billy that I can be.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Great definition. Keith, give me yours, brother.
All right. I'm going to piggyback off of Billy.
Sure.
Since we grew up in the same generation, uh, we both look at what a man should be
Mhm.
the same way. The difference between me and Billy is that Billy is a Southern man. He was brought up in the South.
All right.
Me, I'm a Northern man. I was
Mhm.
brought up in Indiana.
All right.
And what I've seen from Southern men, they're really a tight knit group of individuals.
Mhm.
Uh, they show much love for each other, respect each other.
Yeah.
They respect the elders. Uh, so everything that Billy said about being a protector, provider, respectable,
Mhm.
honest. You also have to be committed to your family,
Okay.
uh, emotionally mature, able to show your vulnerabilities and still be strong in your decisive, can't get it out. And
Decisive.
decisive, yep.
Yeah, we go. Decisive.
In your decision making,
Okay.
even though you're vulnerable, you've shown your
Sure.
vulnerabilities. So you have to be that, be an honest man.
Mhm.
Uh, Something that my generation didn't get a lot of was love from their fathers.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can never remember a time when my father told me he loved me.
Mm.
So I make it a point to show, especially my children,
Yeah,
and tell them that I love them.
it's good.
And that's an important thing that we as men need to try to show other men.
Mhm.
And that doesn't make you weak.
Definitely.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the biggest things that we're missing in our society today as being men.
Okay. That's good. I like that definition.
Mhm.
I like that. Dion, give me your take, man.
Yeah, so for me, definition of being a man, like I said, like what Brother Billy and Brother Keith said, just being a provider, being a protector. Even for me, I would think having some type of ingenuity about yourself, be able to problem solve, be able to be there when the time calls.
Mhm.
Like, we should be the first offenders
Sure.
as soon as something pops off. Uh, Definitely the vulnerability for sure. Especially in the black community, we have a problem with that,
Mhm.
of how we don't open up. We don't allow ourselves to uh, express ourselves, I guess you could say,
Sure.
and just allow ourselves to just get it out.
Mhm.
We keep it in, we keep it bottled up. And that's why you got a lot of these younger kids out here, soon as somebody step on their shoe, get on their nerves, or push them out of the way or whatever, they ready to pop off on you.
Sure.
So yeah, I believe that all those type of things that what Brother Billy and Brother Keith said for sure, and definitely the vulnerability. That's what the definition for me to be as being a man.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. And those are all great definitions. So I appreciate you all's perspective on there. For myself, I would like to add into their utility. Okay. I think a man has to have utility.
Yep.
The world around you has to be better because you're there.
Yes.
You are a problem solver. You
Right.
are there to make things better
Mhm.
or find a solution so things go easier. You see what
Exactly.
I'm saying? That's where the worth of you really shines through. You see what I'm saying? Because if there's anything that's tough that's going to happen, we're supposed to take that hit first.
That's right.
Yep.
All right.
First offenders.
But not just that. We have to make sure that what comes after us is better
Mm.
or done more efficiently because we took the hit, but then we find out how to do it better, how to make it go easier, so that the people coming behind us gets the benefit of our knowledge, of our utility, and our effort. And if you're there, the world around you should be.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I believe that is
Yes.
what distinguishes a man from a good man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
Just
Yep.
your male parts make you the man. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But a good man, that's where everything around you is better
Yeah.
because you're present.
Mhm.
What you're doing brings more value to that situation,
That's right.
to that community, to that job, or whatever. And that's, I think, the big thing. And building on top of that, that brings me to my next question: is what do you feel is the disconnect between men and the church? Because I don't know if you all didn't see that, but from my perspective, I see way more women in church than I do men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I know at our church, Beach Grove Bible Church, we have a strong men community.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what made us want to start this podcast in the beginning time, is because we want to extend this out into the world.
Right.
Because I know when we loop in more men, we get more done.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? We want to grow this thing into a community to where we're able to help bring the same effectiveness that we found here at Beach Grove Bible Church into the rest of the world.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But from your standpoints, what would be the disconnect that you've seen between the lack of men in the church and what we would like it to be and what we're called to from God's standpoint? Billy, I'm gonna bring that to you first here. Go ahead.
Well, that's an awesome question, because we truly, in our society today, we have a huge disconnect.
Mhm.
And like you mentioned earlier, um, mostly what we see oftentimes in churches is there's always a lot of women,
Right.
but not a lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
And so why is that? What's that disconnect?
Yeah.
And for me, that gap, it's something I believe is so simple, is the promises that are made
Mhm.
versus those things that actually come to pass.
Mhm.
All right, now break that down for me. That sounds real big. I want to make sure
Right.
everybody listening to us understands exactly where you're going with that.
Yep.
Break that down for me.
Because of that proclamation
Mhm.
and things actually coming into fruition. Because I think that men in today's society, they feel that church has kind of gotten away from being that genuine place where men can get that strong personal connection
Mhm.
Yeah.
with God.
Now, when you say a proclamation, are you talking about from like the pulpit standpoint,
Well,
or where
there,
where you
there,
think it's coming from?
I think that oftentimes, everybody got social media today,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And people watch a lot of social media television or whatever, and there seems to always be a lot of promises made.
Okay, I got
Yep.
you.
And when
I
those
got you.
promises don't come to pass,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's where distrust comes into place. And I believe that now you got a lot of men, they look at church so differently
Mhm.
that it becomes just a routine religious gathering.
Gotcha.
Let me
Gotcha.
jump in real quick. I feel you on that,
All right.
definitely. And that's how I feel like literally because as men we're logical. You know,
Mhm.
we work with logic. So we're gonna see what are we getting from this?
Right.
And you know, with the ladies, they're a little bit more emotional.
Sure.
So they're gonna feel like whatever the pastor's saying, oh, you know, praise God, you're gonna get a car and all that stuff. They're gonna
Right, right,
receive
right.
that.
Right.
With us men, some men, you know, we kind of like, hold up, let me see if this is, you know, see what this is real or not. You
Right.
know, we fact check a lot. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yep,
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
And I think that with that, making sure that we're using the biblical principles
Mhm.
that are in the Bible.
Yep.
And then seeing that done within the congregation. I think that's what you're hitting on right there. And it's
Yes.
like if it's being said across the pulpit, where do we see that happen in reality?
Yep.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And if we can't find that happening, it makes us think then that what we're hearing is not factual.
exactly.
Right.
And I can see the logic in that. Why
Yes.
people then pull back
Mm.
away from it from that standpoint.
Absolutely.
ahead.
And that was one of the points that I was trying to make there is that it's become so routine. It's like a religious routine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that I just get up and go to church on
Yep.
Sundays or
Yep.
whatever, and then I get back to my life, but there's no change.
Gotcha. I see
And
that.
so men, they want that deeper connection
Mm-hmm.
with God.
Sure.
Yes.
And that's what I believe that there's a big disconnect there of what the church, the modern church, is doing today.
Okay.
Let me follow up what Billy said.
Go ahead, sir.
Uh, because of social media
Mm-hmm.
and what we see in our modern day church, the up here is getting everything, and we as men, we really look at that. We're paying attention to that
Mm-hmm.
because if we feel that there's people in the churches that are in need,
Yeah.
whether it be transportation, food, health, help with getting medical help, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the pastors and of the modern church today driving the fancy luxury cars,
Mhm.
living lavishly.
Sure.
They have all of these things material things, but the church members are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And we all know that our tithes and offerings, what they're used for,
Sure.
it's supposed to be for building of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see, like our pastor, he's really a modest individual.
Very.
He doesn't try to put himself on a pedestal
Mhm.
where he's above everyone.
Very humble.
Him or first lady.
Correct.
Yep.
They're loving. They greet people. They don't act like they're anybody special.
Definitely.
But they're just here to love their people, show them how much they love them, and pastor teaches the word. So you
Mhm.
know
Yep.
that's
Absolutely.
what we need, and men really pay attention to that.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes
Definitely.
sense. That makes
Men
sense.
need to be there for the women because women need that. They need that man with them to help them understand some of the things that are going
Yes.
on in modern church.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially
Gotcha.
seeing it
Yeah.
from the leader standpoint. I
Yes.
think that's we coming as a man. We gonna see this. Who's the alpha male here?
Right.
Mhm.
What are you
Right.
talking about?
Right.
And if he on the same page as us, we like, oh, okay, cool. I'll follow him. That's
Yes.
cool. I understand
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
gotcha.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think one of you mentioned it earlier, and no slight on the women at all, because you know that's how God created all of us.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, our
Yes.
help
know,
needs.
Yep.
We
women-
can't do it
Yep.
without them. Definitely.
Absolutely
Yeah,
can't
most
do it without them.
Not at all.
Not even designed
But
for that.
in their emotional state, and men, like you say, we're logical.
Mhm.
We're logical. Um, you all know that I spent a lot of time in the military. So wherever I travel, every 4 or 5 years, wherever the military moved us, and our first thing was, hey, we got to find, first of all, a home,
Mhm.
get our kids in a good school, and we need to find us a church, a good
Right.
church home.
Mhm.
Now, as men, and I'll speak for myself, I'm very loyal.
Mhm.
I'm very dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I commit to something, I'm in all the way.
Mhm.
And so any church or whatever we've always gone to, my wife and I would check it out, even the kids, and we get home and we do our critiques and we talk about different things. And I like to listen to everything that they have to say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking, I'm watching, and I may be looking and watching things that they may not be paying attention to.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's like when we came to this church. After the first month, my wife was ready. She was like, "Hey, what are you waiting on? This
Sign
is
me
it.
up."
Let's
Yeah.
join."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I know the type of person I am. I
Mhm.
know my wife. And in a past church, there was a bad experience with that
Mm.
because my wife she was checked out. She
Yeah.
was like, "I'm done with this.
That's not
I'm
gonna work.
done."
Yeah.
But I was still driving forward, and that's awkward
Mhm.
that you're fully still committed, but the wife then checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just saw so much craziness and things
Man.
like that.
Sure. Sure.
And
It
so I
bounces
wanted to
off.
make
Yeah.
sure that if we're going to commit here,
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure that I've done my due diligence.
Right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because once I commit, I'm in.
A minute.
Sins of the
Exactly.
past
I'm in
won't
it.
happen again. That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
Absolutely.
sense.
Yep.
Yes.
Just right there, right there. You're being the leader.
The
Being
leader.
the head of the household.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And for me to add into this conversation, I think being concerned with outcomes is what drives some men away.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we all talk about being logical.
Yep.
Okay. And we all have that standpoint. If I'm spending time in this organization and I'm following along with what I'm being taught,
Mhm.
but I'm not seeing the outcomes of what I'm reading about happening, I'm either A, going to look at, am I doing it right?
Yep.
Because I could be the problem. You see what I'm saying? I'm not executing like I should be.
Right.
I'm missing something in the details. So let me fix something that I should be doing.
Yep.
Or am I being given the wrong information?
Mm.
And I think a lot of times we have found a lot of emotional preaching that doesn't help us stick the principles that's needed
Yes.
that hits the biblical direction that God calls us to do. These are biblical principles out here that if you do it,
Yep.
you get these outcomes.
Absolutely.
This isn't even tied to being good or bad.
Yep.
These are principles, just
Yep.
like gravity. It's a
Yep.
principle.
Laws of the earth.
Exactly.
Yep.
And if you are doing these principles, then you should get these outcomes.
Exactly.
But if you're seeing people applying principles, and we'll even say the principles that are being taught, because of course, even if we're taught the thing, we should be reading it ourselves in the Bible,
That's right.
verifying
That's
that what we're
Yep.
hearing is actually correct. That's our due diligence. You see
Exactly.
what I'm saying? But if we're looking at the community that we're in that church, and they're not getting the outcomes,
Right.
it'll make us step back to say, okay, wait, I can't waste time now.
Right.
I'm not seeing the outcomes I should be. I'm doing what they say do, and I'm not seeing the good coming out of it. I need to change courses.
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the big things that drives us away as men from the church.
Yep.
And to follow up with that, I want to talk about solutions. Because there's one thing to recognize there's a problem.
Right.
Again, this is why we're starting this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But we want to talk about solutions. So, Deon, I'm gonna start with you, man.
Yep.
Give me one solution that you could see that can help bring more men into the church and help us to become a viable part of the community.
Well, like I said, like first of all, this podcast
Mhm.
is a start. You know.
Yeah.
It's a tool that we can use to get the men back to the church, back to like how it was in the biblical times,
Mm-hmm.
when they would see Jesus and out there doing the miracles, and he would speak on the things he would say, and they would happen. We're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a leader.
Yeah.
Let's go with this. And that's what we have to do. We have to have that call to action to get that back to like how it was in the biblical.
Mhm.
Also, therapy. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of church hurt. A lot of people have a lot of healing that they need to do of where they were brought up at. That's definitely a huge key. That right there. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Can you give me something, man? Follow up with that, please.
Oh. Well, I talk about love
Okay.
a lot
Yes.
because love is a principal thing.
Definitely.
whenever somebody comes to Beach Grove Bible Church and we notice they're a new individual, we show them love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets them in here and let them know, hey, this is a good place. There's love here.
Definitely.
With men, we got to stop focusing on the wrong things when they come into church.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about how they're dressed.
Sure.
Show them that love.
Definitely.
We have to get them to the point where we can teach them their responsibility at home 1st, and then as we get them into the church, show them their place in the church.
Definitely.
Teach them God's principles,
Yes.
what God values are. Teach them how to walk in God.
Mm-hmm.
Ask God to guide them in their daily walk. Teach them how to live and walk in the flesh. I mean, not in the flesh, but in the spirit.
Definitely.
And then we can get them to be what we need them to be at home, and teach their children,
Mm-hmm.
because that's important. That once we get that man in, again, he's a leader.
Yeah.
Yes.
He brings that family with him.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Just to jump in there, what you just said with the, how people dressed or whatnot. I had wrote down a quote from a guy rapper called Joyner Lucas.
Okay.
One of his tracks, one of his lyrics said, "I do not go to church because I'm afraid of being judged."
Mm.
That right there speaks a lot of volume of
Okay.
how the modern church system is, of how you're seeing, oh, he's coming in looking like he a gangbanger.
Mm-hmm.
What if he's trying to get his life right?
Right.
So why are you
Sure.
looking at him like he crazy or whatnot?
Right.
Why are you scared to go up there and give him a hug? Or what if he need a hug? Maybe he never been hugged in his life. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we have to quit judging people and get to back, like how you were saying, Brother Keith, to love.
Back to love.
Literally show these people love, because that's what they want.
That's what they want.
That's
Sure.
what
Win
they
them over.
want.
Right.
And maybe they
Win 'em
didn't
over.
get that as a child. And maybe that's what we're here for. So definitely
Okay.
agree with that.
Respect.
Yep.
Respect. Okay.
Absolutely.
Billy, give me something, brother.
You know, just to kind of piggyback off these guys' love, one thing that I try to make it a point of my business, and I notice that most of you guys do it too, that when a man comes into this church, especially if he's a visitor,
Amen.
I want to greet him.
Definitely.
I want to greet that man and give him a firm handshake and even a
Right.
hug
Yeah.
and say, hey, thank you, man. I'm so glad you're here today.
Right.
Welcome.
Yes.
You're seeing.
You know, I introduce myself and things like that and show myself friendly
Yep.
Mhm.
because I've been to many churches from my travels, like I say, in the military. And my wife and I can probably not even count when we were visiting certain churches that you walk in,
Mm.
enjoy the service, nobody greeted you coming
Wow.
in,
Wow.
Gotcha.
nobody came up to you
That's
at
tough.
the end,
Yeah.
and we'd have made our way out to the car, to the parking lot, and we're gone, and nobody said a word to us.
Yeah. It's like you're being treated as a number.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my thing is, men, how do we help them? What do these men need?
Mhm.
Once we do all those things, men, they want to be involved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I use myself as an example. It would be hard for me now, even though I'm rooted and grounded in the Word of God.
Mhm.
So nothing's going to turn me away from God. Not
Sure.
how I know my Lord now.
Yep.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
but men want to be involved.
Definitely.
And so we got to get these men involved. Men want to get behind the vision of that church.
Yeah.
They want to get behind that mission of the church because they want to help to move the church forward.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it don't make a difference of what their title. They don't need a title.
Mm-mm.
They just want to be a willing worker. They want to be a
Right.
part
Yep.
of this thing because they're there to represent their family.
Exactly.
Their wife and their kids are here, and they want to be the man of that household and be an upstanding man in the church to help move the church forward. Men want to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to work. They want to be involved.
It's our happy
It's
spot.
like in the Word of God where God, he even gave Adam work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adam, he gave him, he put him in charge to to take
Yep.
care of that garden, to
Yep.
keep it safe,
Mhm.
to tend that garden, and the job to name the animals and
Yep.
things like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so men, it's not good for men to be idle.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
not at all.
It's
That's a
not
bad
good.
spot.
Yeah.
Devil playground.
Think about it for a
Yep, it
second.
is.
When we think about our own selves or whatever, we like to be involved.
Mhm.
Right.
I love to get involved because I want to bring my gifts, my talents, my
Yes.
skills.
Mhm.
Yes.
I want to be used.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And what that's going to do is that's going to build my faith. It's going to build my growth.
Yep.
Mhm.
Character.
It's going to
Mhm.
my character. It's
Yep.
going to make me a better husband, father,
Yes.
and all that because
Amen.
All the
now
above.
I'm
Amen.
around all of these good men
Yep.
Mhm.
that's coming with the same qualities and
Right.
things that iron sharpens
That's what I
iron.
was about to
That's
say.
right.
Yeah,
Iron
man.
sharpening iron.
Iron
Yeah.
sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And it helps to keep that man
Yes.
Mhm.
because he feels accountable now.
Oh, see now
That man feels
that's right where I
accountable
was going.
Yes.
because
Facts.
I already know that if Deacon Billy is not here on a particular Sunday
Hmm?
for whatever random no reason or whatever, I'm probably going to get a call from one of my brothers or
Yes.
That's it.
whatever.
That's it.
Mhm.
Most definitely.
I can see Deacon Key calling me now. Hey, man, I was calling you. You guys okay? I
Yep.
didn't see you today. I just want to make sure ain't nobody sick
Yep.
or
Checking
nothing.
in. Yep. Uh-huh.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gonna get 2,
I
3
mean,
calls.
I
or
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Checking in. Exactly.
So I
Definitely.
want to be held accountable because the
Mm.
only thing that's going to do is keep propelling me
It does.
to be better, to be
Yeah.
better, to better. And so that's what we need in the church right now to
Yeah.
help keep these men.
Yep.
Men want to get involved. So let's help to get them involved in
Yep.
what's going on.
Let me add to that.
Yeah.
We greet our men when they come in, their whole family.
Mhm.
But on the end of the service, we also go check on them and see, hey, how'd you
Mhm.
like the service?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
Yes.
glad you came and
Mhm.
hope to see you again.
Yep.
When we bring men into Beach Grove Bible Church, we have a way of easing them into different areas of doing things.
Definitely.
Because we use our sanctuary for different functions, we may tear down the sanctuary after service. We may have a guest man here. He joins right in with the men.
Yep.
Yeah.
to help
So
tear
I've seen
things
that.
down.
Absolutely.
He
Jump
just
right
he
in the
jump
mix.
in.
Not even ask.
And
Yeah.
they just feel that from us that, hey, let me help these guys,
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah, yeah.
And that's how we ease them into doing things. So
Mhm.
I
that's,
love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And
Absolutely.
to add to there, and this is exactly what I was thinking about where you went there, Deacon Billy, was accountability.
Yes.
Sometimes you need somebody that's gonna get into the fight with you.
that's it.
Exactly.
And you know that, man, if I'm not in the fight, somebody gonna ask me, hey man,
Yep.
where
Yeah.
you at?
Where you at?
No, I expect you to be with me on this
Complete-
thing.
Yeah.
What are we doing together?
Yep.
How are we growing? What's our
Yes.
goals for this year? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think that if you have another man that's alongside you helping you to do that, it keeps you tagged in.
Mhm.
Because it's like, hey, we trying to get it together. Well, I don't want to be the weak link in the team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want to be the low man on totem pole who's not going out to get it. Because I see all of these men going to go do it.
Yep.
No, let's go get it. Matter of
Jumping in.
fact, I seen some skills you had. I want to get that.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
You know, I heard you say something I don't know nothing about.
Yep.
Can you talk to me about that?
Yes.
And I
Exactly.
think that's what's going to bring more men in is because we're sharing our knowledge,
Yes.
we're sharing our resources, we're sharing our understanding and building community around that.
That's right.
And as long as we keep everybody humble,
Yes.
because it's like, dude, we ain't got to worry about who's the big dog here.
Yep.
Then at the end of
Yeah.
the day, we all can handle business. That's
Yeah.
what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the things we do is provide and protect.
Protect.
That's it.
Yep.
You can't be no little guy out here
Nope.
and be able to protect. So we understand you're supposed to come with that,
Yeah.
but also humble. But at the same time, I want you to succeed and grow just as much as you want me to succeed and grow.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I think when we have like-minded individuals like that and that we keep pushing ourselves like that, it grows community of men that want to be better.
Absolutely.
And with those men come their wives, comes their children,
Yes.
comes growth within the church.
Yep.
And
Yes.
then people around them see this is just what we do. It's just how we live.
Yeah.
And if we can continue to move in that fashion, the church grows with greater leadership,
Mhm.
grows with greater community, it grows with greater utility. And we're able to do more for the people of God.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's why we have to reach out to these men when they're here. Don't ever let a man come in here
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he slides right out and
Yep.
nobody encountered him.
Yeah.
No one talked to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, my own personal testimony, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
It's because I wanted to slide on in. or whatever.
Mhm.
But I got approached by this elder,
Dang.
and man, he, I thank that God to this day. And he said, "Hey," he said, "I see you've been coming several Sundays now with your wife and kids. Man, I'm so happy you're here." Told me who he
Mhm.
was and this and that. But even though he was the assistant pastor,
Mm,
but he didn't carry himself like,
mm.
let's say,
Not
a
caught up on
title.
titles.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
titles.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He approached me as a man,
that's what's up.
and we just talked. And he said, "Hey, by the way, next Saturday we're doing our men's fellowship."
Mm.
There it is.
He said, "I want to invite you out." And he told me what time it started and everything. I said,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I'll be there."
All right.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, it changed my life.
Yes.
Man.
It changed my whole outlook when it came to church because I was newly saved.
Mhm.
And that's what helped to keep me.
Mhm.
Because when I got in there, guess what? It wasn't about no titles. I had saw all these brothers, everybody looked saved in church. They all dressed up, decked down. They got titles, ministers and elders and deacons,
Mhm.
and it looked like they was born on the altar.
Yep.
And I felt like this fish out of water, this sinner
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
into
yeah.
church, trying to
It's
get
not my
myself
ministry.
together. But you know what I discovered in that first meeting?
Mhm.
They had a speaker, man, marvelous word,
Mm,
Mhm.
but it turned into a testimony service.
mm.
And man, just to hear those men that I've been seeing for the last several Sundays, and they're giving their real testimony,
Yeah.
how he was this and how he
Mhm.
used to do that and this. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay,
Real people.
okay. These
Yeah.
are real men, real
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
They're real people just like me.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And everything. They could be vulnerable because they were amongst men.
Yep.
And I tell you, that did something to me.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I've never been the same since.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's part of what we need to do. Invite these men to different things that we're doing in the
Yep.
church and things like that or whatever, so we can really get that connection
Yep.
and to help to get that man rooted and grounded in the man that God has called him to be.
Yes.
Yeah, let them men know that they weren't the only ones who messed up at some time in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have to
We
see
all
We
got
it.
a
got faults.
pass.
We've all had a past.
All got a
Exactly.
pass.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Well, I mean, and again, I appreciate you all joining me today on this first episode of Disciple Men podcast. I want to keep having these grounded conversations. Okay, I want to make sure we're bringing great knowledge, great utility to the world, and to help build a community. Okay, and so if you like the conversation that we had today, I want you to like the video, subscribe to the podcast, share it with a couple of men. Somebody who you
Yes.
think may want to hear something about this and is like minded in the goals that we're talking about today
Mhm.
and wanting to build in this community. God called us all to the work. We need all hands on deck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to help get this message out here, please like, subscribe, share the video, and look for more content coming soon. Okay. We want to make sure that we're bringing more information to help men be better, help men to grow in utility and community, and do more for the kingdom of God.
Yes.
Amen.
All right. So from all of us, we thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you again for joining us on Disciple Men podcast. We hope that you got something out of the conversation, that we brought some value to you. We're trying to do something over here, and we need your help to do that. If you could, please like and subscribe, share the video with a couple friends. We want to make sure to get this word out, help us men to step up to the road we're trying to do for the family, for God, for the community. We need your support. Look forward to you in the next one.